And just like that, we will start off into our first map, into Coastline, between, let me just quickly give you some in-game sounds, between TransacT and Force eSports. And while I'm at it, giving you in-game sounds, also give you the game itself. So score still 0-0, seeing that no one actually played right now. And also no operators banned till now, but our first ban coming from TransacT will actually be DokeAB, so we won't actually see any logic bombs. So I don't know, it's not the biggest or most obvious ban on Coastline. Sure, go for it. Force now banning our second attacking operator. Well, 10 seconds to go to pick anyone at all. Guessing it's maybe being Glass or Blackbeard. You see those often. I don't know if Force is thinking about this. Blackbeard actually being the one banned, leaving in the sniper, taking out the shield. So on the defending side, still 2 defending operators to be banned. Force attacking first will actually start banning the first defender. Well, if I had to guess, I don't know, maybe Mira. You see Mira a lot on Coastline. She's either picked or banned, one of the two. So first ban being out is actually going to be our Mira, and our second ban of today, I don't think it's going to be banned at all. So, I don't know, you often see, like, I don't know why, but you often see a Vigil being banned. Coastline's one of those maps where you actually could try and go for a roaming ban, maybe even Echo out of the game, seeing that Echo with his 2 Yokais is strong, but no, you're going for Pulse, which, well, fits nicely in the category of roaming bans. So Pulse out of the game, together with Mira as our defenders. For the attacking side, we are losing Blackbeard and DokeAB. So, starting off with round number 1, we will start defending Blue Bar, Sunrise Bar, with TransacT being on Bandit, Legion, Smoke, Jäger, Frost till now on the attacking side, Armtrix picking the Blitz, Mords on Thatcher, Pricks on Ash, Rifted on Thermite, and the Buck for Dresk. So, picking 3 breaches, if you want to call Buck that, I'm pretty sure you probably should call Buck a breacher. Because there's no different reason to pick Buck. You're not using your shotgun. Well, you could try and use your shotgun close range to kill someone. Thermite, Hard Breacher, Ash, again, Soft Breacher, Thatcher and Twitch as the anti-utility. They lose the Shield Operator on the Blitz as the 6th pick on the Twitch, and bring out on a Rubber for TransacT the Valkyrie to just gather some more information with his 3 black eyes in hand. I think he just shot. Someone shot. Oh, Pain. That would be Pain actually. And Matt McLaren just setting up here on the B side. They still bring the Bandit, which I'm not sure where to really utilize those batteries, but MGK is actually going for the main entrance, or the side entrance to the bars, and trying to manage from there. Matt McLaren still on the Jäger, trying to set up his ADSs outside. Actually going for Coastline Oregon. Oregon isn't really the best pick for roaming operators, and so I wouldn't really call Coastline the best roaming pick either, seeing that it's only in quotation marks 2 floors above each other, which could still work. But to outmove your enemy player, my keyboard is really lagging behind. No, it's not. To outmove enemy operators, you can only go down below, up above or down below, depending on where they are. You only have one choice. The Buck on Drex being the first one out of the game. That kill went to Matt McLaren as the Jäger. here on the second floor in theater. MGK taking some damage, still standing on 50 HP. Trying to see if he can find anyone over Hookah. But actually no one up there. Rifted, staying outside in ruins, trying to see if he can find anyone through the window leading to A. Briggs downstairs, going into Sunrise. There's actually 2 players in Sunrise. Up until now he won't find either of those. Payne being one of those 2 operators, Rubber being the second one. Rubber here on the Valkyrie, Payne, more importantly for attacking, on the smoke with his gas canisters. Briggs just shooting his first breaching charge through. Trying to open up a little bit, trying to see if he can maybe find anyone through to Blue Bar. Matt McLaren getting the kill against Almtrix. Payne finding Morse, and Rift getting killed by his own Claymore. Which at this point, how do you even do that? This is really unfortunate for Force, but Briggs now in a 1v5, at least getting Rubber done. Taking some damage through the gas, is now to 1/4 of his health. Still in a 1v4 and knows there's a second player downstairs, which he now needs to desperately try and kill. He somehow needs to take 1 or 2 players out of the game without losing any HP. It's a 1v4, and even if he can make it to a 1v3 or 1v2, he's far in the back because he still needs to plant that diffuser, which in a 1v anything situation as a attacker is nearly impossible. MGK getting the last kill, Matt McLaren on 2 kills this round, MGK on 1, Payne on 1, while Drifted killed himself with his own Claimer. So there's no 5th kill for TransacT. Really unfortunate round for Force eSports up in the beginning. Immediately losing that with 4 players? 4 players still alive on TransacT's side. And 1 suicide on their own side, which really isn't the ideal way to start this game off. I'll bring this all to a 1-0 TransacT, although being 40 ladder places behind them, still holding up and actually gaining the lead and trying to defend that lead, bring it a little bit further up there to maybe a 2-0, 3-0, just to be able to, well, with a 3-0 actually keep the lead till the second half. Almtrix picking that Ash, which is still sounding like something it shouldn't sound, which is probably a reason why I should stop saying that. Maestro coming out for MGK. So I'm pretty sure this is the same setup we've seen before, except for MGK on Maestro, which he was picking Bandit before. He's now trying to deal with everyone as Maestro, one of the new operators. We're seeing exactly the same operator layout for Force, except for the fact that, well, who plays the operator is switched, because, well, at least slightly, because Briggs was definitely on the on Ash, and now it's Almtrix, who I don't know who he played before, but I'd even say that it was indeed the Twitch. Still 3 breaches and 2 anti-utility operators. I don't know if 3 breaches is too much. Wouldn't per se say so. But, like, you're not doing wrong if you're picking at least 1 disruption operator. But they aren't doing that. Almtrix dressed, slowly trying to make their way towards the side. Still waiting on any information they can gather. Almtrix trying to find anyone through the vent. Will indeed not be able to do so yet. Scully just on side, waiting on anyone to push around. Matt McLaren together with Rubber here in VIP launch. Just waiting to maybe even get spotted out, which indeed happens right now. They will find that first drone, which will give away their position, and they need to be very careful right now because Drex has just dropped down. Almtrix finding the first kill against Rubber. Drex being downed by Matt McLaren. Matt McLaren finding that last shot onto Drex, and now it's all down to Almtrix. He's the last player alive upstairs. He knows Matt McLaren is around the corner. Matt McLaren just trying to defend his position, trying to get that second kill into the round. They've traded, and Almtrix actually getting some support from upstairs. I just don't know who that is. Should be Rifted. Yes, Rifted trying to hold his back off a little bit. IamMBenji now outside. Matt McLaren clearly able to hear that. Finding another player. He's getting pushed by Priggs. Priggs on that Twitch. Finding the kill against Matt McLaren. 4v3. Looking a little bit better now for Force. But entry frag still going in for TransacT. And they even bring Priggs down to 10 HP. Which is one shot with, well, kicker weapon really. For example, the... for example, it's the Twitch drone that can take him out. So Priggs getting resetted right now. Rifted actually leaving the game. No, it's not Rifted. It's someone else. Mods? No. TransacT actually leaving the game. Is back in here. Let's just hope that doesn't happen again. Still a 3v4, and lucky for Force that was the player already dead, because if that was any one of those players alive, that's just a free kill for TransacT. TransacT still waiting on anyone to push around. MGK just seeing one player on his evil eye. It should be Mords who's staying alive right now. Seeing that evil eye at least, but not able to take it out. Scully now on 25 HP. He will be attacked from the window side. Will be taken out by IamMBenji. Will bring it all to a 4v2. Trying to face in there. Mord still coming from behind. Will know that MGK is on the ledge right behind him. Mord's taking him out, and now it's all down to Pain. Pain in a 1v3. At least getting the kill against IamMBenji, but Mord's from behind taking the second round for Force eSports. Bringing us all to a 1-1. TransacT actually calling the GG, I don't know why. But, well, 1-1 now for Force eSports. We are now ready to try and take back the lead they also wanted. They weren't able to get it at all, with TransacT taking the first round away. But now Force is still back in the game, still taking the same loadout. TransacT not picking anything till yet. I was really worried that he would got kicked again, but no, he's still in there. Maestro, Mute, Smoke, Valkyrie, Jäger, so the same loadout we've seen before from TransacT with, well, still kitchen and service entrance. 6-pack on IamMBenji, still on Ash. And like I said, still double anti-utility and triple breaching operators. It worked out the last time, so why wouldn't it work out the second time right now? Never touch a running system, right? And they still had 3 players alive till the end. Like, they brought it up into a 1v4 with Pain just able to barely kill one of their 4 operators. And, well, in that 1v4 with 3 players alive taking the round, it was a really good round for Force eSports. Like, TransacT got the first round, but in a 1v2, was it? 1v2? 1v... No, 1v4, actually, yes. So, our first 2 rounds really looking similar for both teams. A little bit better for TransacT, who were able to let 1 player live in their round. 1 player more.
5 seconds to go.
But still, changes nothing about the score. Both teams head on. Scully as the Mute. Actually not trying to get out there, but at least opening up that doorway. Not too sure why he just did that, but he did it. Rubber trying to roam around the hallway, trying to find anyone on the second floor. No one till now coming towards him, rifted together with Mords. Trying to hold everyone off. And Priggs just trying to use his Twitch drone to see if he can find anyone in Sunrise. There's no one there right now. Those players just in service and, well, on the sides to shorten this. Matt McLaren on the cameras trying to see anyone. And Rubber together with probably Scully and Matt McLaren. Yes, Scully's also up there trying to hold off any one of the attackers from upstairs. Still holding on. They are actually getting company right now. TransacT around the corner. 4 players actually around the corner. Priggs still in runes, trying to get around to Sunrise. But every other 4 players are upstairs. Elm's taking a little bit of damage right there, probably against not Rubber. and against Matt McLaren, opening up that window right there. Rubber, Scully finding 3 kills. Scully being awarded with 2 of them. Rubber with the second one right now. So a 1v5, and Dress apparently having some trouble right here. Lagging around. He's on a, well, 200 ping, getting down to 67. Needs to be real, well, probably doesn't really need to be careful because he's in a 1v5 and lagging. There's no way he's able to do this. At McLaren getting that last kill. Scully on 2. Rubber and 2 at Matt McLaren on 1 in that round. Question to Force. Are you going to rehost or are you going to stay with one player not able to move? Which is apparently what they are going to try and play with. Briggs now thinking about picking the Montaigne. Really well played around by TransacT at that point. Force just doing the mistake that they are trying to push every player upstairs, which doesn't really have to be a mistake, but the way they did it, letting Scully get 2 kills, I don't think they even had they shot 1 shot. I didn't really think they did that. Just allowing TransacT to find 4 kills without even being shot once. Well, maybe once, but not too much. They weren't losing any operators. Which, I mean, it's mostly unlucky for Force that they got into these situations right there. Well, time luck and all that. And a little bit of bad positioning on, well, at least ElmTrick's side. Right here's the Ash peeking around the corner with, was it Matt McLaren? No, not Matt McLaren. Rubber? Someone standing around the corner trying to get that kill. Didn't work for them at all. It was definitely Rubber trying to stand around the corner to get that kill. Rubber and McLaren just switched Valkyrie and Jäger between each other. So, Finker, Lion now going out for Force eSports, bringing 1 Disruptor, 1 Support Operator, still 2 Breaches on Thermite and Ash, and still 1 anti-utility on Prix with Twitch. Which, I mean, if you've got Thermite, I'd say you, Thatcher, I'd say you're pretty much better off picking Thermite, but Prix is trying to do it with his Twitch, is at least getting some cameras. At McLaren right behind that drone won't find it right now. So that drone indeed will stay alive. Don't know how, but it did. On the defending side, we are getting to see the Bandit again on MGK. Right now on the drones, Scully as the Echo. Haven't seen the Echo yet at all. Going to see him first in the 4th round. Payne again a smoke, and like I said, Matt McLaren and Rubber switching Valkyrie and Jäger between them. Matt McLaren just trying to set up so he doesn't get shot by any grenades. Won't happen until now, but ElmTrick's already in billiards, trying to get his way around to any of his enemy players, trying to see if he gets maybe attacked from behind, which just isn't the case right now. Opening up that wall, trying to see Matt McLaren on the other side. Matt McLaren really in a tight spot, because he can't move at all. There's players just watching him through that hole. Probably, he should at least think that. He really needs to think about what he's going to do next. There's definitely players looking through that hole. Dresk right here, that's the thinker. Maybe he's lucky and Dresk is legging out as soon as he's pushing out there. But I'm pretty sure he shouldn't hope for that, because it's probably not going to happen. But McLaren trying to see if he can find anyone at all. ElmTrick's at least spotting him, so now they know where the Echo actually is. E1D going out by Mords. Payne still staying alive. Matt McLaren first kill by Priggs. Gets at least the kill against Rifted behind. Payne finding ElmTrick's, and this is now all going down to a 3v4. Finker using her... what's that called again? Haven't seen Finker in a long while. Using her drones to boost up... Adrenaline Surge, was it? Yes, to boost up everyone on his own team. Mod's just taking some damage by probably the gas bar off Payne. Payne on the other side just waiting for those 2 players to come around. Scully needs to be careful that no one can find his, well, kneecaps or feet. It's little footsies in that situation. Payne just setting up Have a gas canister, E1D coming out by Mords. So no one can move at all. MGK finding one kill against Dresk, but now the last two players are on their way to the side. Mords not on the diffuser. That diffuser is on Priggs. Priggs needs to try and plant that diffuser as soon as possible. Mords trying to hold everyone off. It's a 2v4. Mords really has a really hard job, and there's still the Yokai. TransacT able to protect both bombs. We see the Yokai in the back being shot off at the last second, and with that the diffuser will not be planted and Force will lose that next round. So 3-1, and TransacT looking so much better than I could have expected. They are again 40 places behind, wasn't places, ranks? 40 ranks, yeah, behind Force on the ladder. And they are still able to pull off Coastline with a 3-1. They just need to win 3 more rounds to win this. It's still like half of, well, a quarter of a match, but it's still possible. TransacT can try and get around that. So for TransacT, now the question, are they going to be able to bring this to maybe even the 6-1? Got on the attacking side the Lion with his E1D, the breaching charges on the Ash. Got Twitch, Montaigne and Hibana. For the defenders we've got Bandit, Legion, Smoke, Vigil and Ela trying to come around the corner and hold off everything. Rubber probably going to try and roam, so will be Matt McLaren and maybe even Scully? I don't know, MGK roamed the last time, the last round actually. Is he going to do that again? Are they going to play with 3 roamers? Or is one of those 2-3 players I just mentioned not going to roam? In that case, probably Scully, who's now right in front of MGK, going onto the side. It's got Payne right behind him. And now it's MGK, Matt McLaren and Rubber. The 3 players roaming around the second floor, trying to hold it off. Matt McLaren on the Vigil, trying to go out there to maybe see if he can find any one of his enemy players.
Defender is approaching a kill zone.
Lifted. It's Lion using his drone to get around. To see if he can maybe find anyone in Sunrise Bar. Which just isn't the case right now. And I don't know how, but he's just taking some damage through the wall by Bandits or MGK's batteries right there. Shouldn't happen, but it did. MGK now being attacked through the window. Priggs going in, finding that last shot against MGK, so that's the Bandit falling to the ground. Not too much of a first pick, seeing that he already set up, but it's still a pick that you don't really want to deal with. Matt McLaren finding the kill against Rifted, Rubber against Priggs. And we are we're going into these 3v4. Trix, Mords and Dresk. Now in a 3v4. Dresk downstairs, already on 10 HP, has at least got the drop against Scully. Scully won't be able to get him anymore. But Dresk immediately running into Rubber, who's coming from behind, at least taking him out to a 2v2. Mords already on the side, but they don't bring the diffuser. The diffuser's upstairs with Trix, who's now in desperately need to get downstairs. At least finding Matt McLaren, getting that first kill. Mords getting the second against Rubber and bringing this 5th round into the hands of Force eSports. So now going into a 2-3. Force eSports looking a little bit better, at least getting 1 round behind TransacT. They aren't able to get the lead of this first half, but, well, it's just 1 round. If they win this next round, they at least bring it to a 3-2-3. Which is again a draw, and it's something to work with. It's just 1 round to at least get the lead again. So 2-3. Hookah and Billiards now going out for Force with a Valkyrie, Bandit, Jäger, Echo, Legion, Thatcher, Thermite, Twitch, Buck and Zofia going in for TransacT. like that, TransacT is going to try to win this next round to at least get a 2-round lead up against Force. If they could actually get that 2-round lead, that would be, well, not really immense for them. It would help, certainly, but not really. It isn't really the win. But at that point, it's 3 rounds for Force to at least get to an overtime, and for TransacT just 1 round to get to that 5th round. Which is, well, just 1/3 of what Force would need to defend at that point. Which is still possible. TransacT was able to defend 3 rounds, if you remember correctly. But right now, TransacT still needs to win that first round, bring this all to a 4-2. And against them, this is right now standing Force, trying to get the 3-3 at least into their hands. MGK now slowly trying to move in, at least setting up his claimer so no one comes rushing out of Sunrise. Scully trying to see if he can maybe find anyone on his way upstairs. He's pretty close in getting rifted. He's just laying on the ground trying to stay alive till now. And he will actually stay alive because, well, no one can actually get him from there. But Scully's nearly shooting in his position. Drake's just trying to find anyone upstairs. Wouldn't happen till now. Elmtrix right now on the Valkyrie. Trying to see if he can maybe find anyone in the kitchen. MGK making some noise opening that window. Will be in the kitchen right now, and Force with mods getting the first entry frag of the round. MGK not even seeing where he's coming from, and he was coming from behind right there in the bathroom area, so that's why he didn't see him. Really was surprised with a headshot, but that's a headshot happening right now, and MGK not getting up this round. Force trying to position mods right below his enemy players. But there's a claimer right in front of him. Payne coming up the corner, finding mods, just losing a quarter of his health, but bringing this all to a 4v4. In theory, Force is still up in front because they've got technically more health than everyone on the enemy side. Well, as added together, Payne losing a quarter of his health, so it's 400 against, what's it then, 375? Should be, yes, it's definitely that, because math isn't so bad. Scully now trying to get rifted. Rifted, laying on the ground, will stay alive for now, but they definitely know that the enemy... Oh, there it is. That the enemy Maestro is laying on the ground. Rubber getting the kill against Priggs. Priggs at least finding 1 kill. Payne also dying. Rubber still staying alive as the Zephyr. This is now a 3v2. Armtrix and Drex, the last 2 players alive. They've got the Valkyrie and they've got Dresk as the Legion. Armtrix trying to hold off any one of his the enemy players for as long as possible. Problem for him is Drex is again having ping problems,
15 seconds remaining.
which could mean that Armtrix is soon going to fight in a 1v3. Dresk trying to find any one of his enemy players will be taken out by Scully right now. It's all down to Armtrix in a 1v3. Rubber getting the kill against Scully, but Matt McLaren then finding Armtrix. So we will go into v2 for TransacT. Having 2 rounds with luck, seeing that one player is actually having problems staying with a good ping. But Force eSports now requesting a rehost, so that will come in right now. And I will see you all back after I've rehosted the match, and we will go into the 2-4 for TransacT versus the 4-2 for TransacT versus Force eSports. I'll see you all back in just a minute with all 10 players in the game. So, hoping that everything will work right now. Force defending actually it seems to be working. Score right now 4-2 going into our 7th round. Oh, and Force a little bit behind TransacT actually. TransacT now sitting 2 rounds in front, and they just need 2 rounds to win this whole game. Well, first map actually. So let's see how this is going to pan out for Force. Problem for them is Dresk. Well, he's not a problem seeing as a player, but that his ping is seems to be all over the place. Isn't the best thing really to play with, seeing that you're then technically always in a 4v5, like I said. Maybe they can manage. Well, for the attack, IQ, Twitch, Bug, Thermite, Jackal. For the defense, Smoke, Bandit, Echo, Jaeger, Legion. Go into Kitchen, Service Entrance. Force with no side actually banned. But Honor trying to win at least that first round against TransacT. If they can't, TransacT is definitely sure to at least get to an overtime. So Matt McLaren is still standing outside as Bug. Trying to see if anyone of Force, trying to see if he can maybe find how Force is trying to set this up. Important thing for TransacT will be taking care of Rifted. If they can find Rifted or both of his yokais, they are free to plant the bomb. Thing is, if they can't find Rifted, and this this round goes to the last second, well, this will happen like TransacT did to Force. Force in the last second trying to defend that, plant that diffuser, and TransacT just using their last yokai to give out one shot, and with that the round was won for TransacT. So if it all comes down to a second, an Echo is the most important operator to still have alive, so you really want to protect Rifted that he can live till the whole end of the round. Pain now seeing that Priggs is coming from behind. He's being attacked from two sides actually. Finding Morse at the first kill, but bringing this all down to a 4v4. He's got Priggs right behind him. Pain getting killed by Priggs, and this will all now be a 4v3. Priggs finding that first kill, being immediately killed by Matt McLaren, bringing this all down to a 3v3. But still, 2 entry frags going the way of Force. TransacT at least getting 2 refrags, trading this all out. Rifted, still alive, they still bring the smoke. But the way this round is going right now, Matt McLaren trying to find anyone with this grenade, and he will! Beautiful grenade throw by Matt McLaren, directly above Elmtrix. This is exactly what he wanted. Trying to do this a second time, he's still got 1 grenade. But like I was saying, the way this round is going right now, I don't really think that this will go to the last second. That grenade was already, that pin was already, okay, should have died. Exactly like that, okay. Matt McLaren dying to his own grenade. With, like, the pin already pulled. He should have died a second before that, but, I mean, it's video games, isn't it? But dying after that with a poor grenade throw on those steel bars. So now a 2v2. MGK still upstairs trying to use those opened up floors to see if he can maybe find anyone below him. Dresk and Rifted still trying to hold off. Trying. Dresk just waiting for anyone to push around, and that would be Scully. Scully trying to at least get rid of, I think that might have been a bandit battery. And he needs to deal with Dresk if he really wants to be able to get through. No, it probably wasn't a bandit battery, probably was a Legion mine. Scully moving around the corner, at least seeing where Dresk is. Probably, I mean, Dresk shot, so he should know that. Dresk taking huge damage through the wall. He's now down to 25 HP. Will still stay alive, and now it's 10 seconds. 10 seconds left, and this is at least really going to go to the last second. So now Rifted is doing the right thing, going up on his yokai, needs to find Scully. Scully planting that diffuser. Rifted not having a yokai in hand, now it's a 1v2. That shouldn't have happened. He should have been able to get that diffuser out. MGK, the last player alive, finding Rifted from down below and bring this all down to a 2-5. MGK just waiting on him to push around the corner. Scully dying in the meantime, but with a diffuser planted and not diffused. Are you diffusing the diffuser? I'm guessing. This is now a 2v5. Two 2-2-5 is not the best situation for Force to be in, seeing that they now need to have flawless 3 rounds to at least get an overtime. You need to win 3 rounds, and even after you're able to get those rounds, you're not really awarded with a win. Which 3 rounds winning in a row sounds easy enough if you're coming from a Counter-Strike perspective. If you're coming from a Rainbow Six Siege perspective, it's not that easy, isn't it? Winning 3 rounds in a row is immensely hard, and even if they are able to get this, I mean, they aren't really rewarded. They just go into an overtime. I mention Counter-Strike because many people always say that Rainbow Six Siege really reminds them of Counter-Strike with better strategies and aiming down sights, which technically is real. I mean, the better strategies part probably comes from Rainbow Six Siege players themselves, but I'd say it's real. As a person that plays both games, I like Rainbow Six Siege much more. Omtrix now setting up, playing as the defending team, will be still Force up on Theater, and that wasn't Lounge, that was, what's that called, Penthouse. Forgot the English word actually. Scully still on the Thermite, bringing up the exact same operator. Loadout. Scully trying to drone in, still not setting up his Claymore. Which, I mean, good work on that position, but he's still not doing it. Scully trying to see if you find any one of his enemy players. MGK also droning in. Pain just trying to get inside from Hookah. Needs to be careful because Prix is on the other side together with Morse. So Pain really not in the best position to try and get in. Trying to maybe get his way around the corner to find one kill through the window or door. Will actually not happen right now. Morse and Prix still staying alive. Pain was close to Prix. Not Prix, Morse. But still both of those players being alive and well. Rifted's first yokai being seen by MGK. He's not able to actually get the yokai taken care of, if I've seen that correctly. Pain still trying to take care of both players inside there. Rubber taking care of Elmtrix. Elmtrix will be the first player falling from Force eSports, and now it's all down to Rifted, Prix, Morse and Dresk in a 4v5, which is still more than possible. If they aren't able to do this, this will go into the 2-6. Meaning, well, Rifted will lose the... Rifted Force will lose the first round. You know, you want to switch to Rifted, and you confuse Rifted for the whole team. Rifted at least getting Pain's first drone, but Scully on the other side already breaching through. That first wall will be open, and with that they should be able to try and get in. Rifted still staying alive as the yokai. Echo trying to find with his yokai. If he can maybe see any one of his enemy players, will actually be able to find Scully. Should try to get him through the wall, because now he's moving up towards Pain. He's got a soft wall right behind him. He could have tried to get him through there. Prix at least finding 1 kill against Matt McLaren, but this is still a 2v4. Drex on the ground, and now it's all down to Prix. Prix will not be able to pick Drex up, seeing that he's dying right now. And MGK getting the last kill on Prix, bringing this all to a 2-6. And with that, TransacT actually winning that first round. And map overall, bring this all to a 1-0. MVP in this game will be MGK. And going into our second map after TransacT was able to win Coastline 6-2, will now be Oregon, starting off as our defenders will be Force. Banning first will also therefore be Force. So let's just look what our first ban actually will be. First off will be Hibana. So Well, no hard breaching on those hatches toward the, what's it called? Basement for the attacking team, which you see done often, don't you? But what happened right now? Hibana out, so all you can really do is play Thermite and hope you can get through those hatches. Montaigne being banned by TransacT, which is interesting, seeing that I really thought they were playing Montaigne on Oregon more than everyone else, but Montaigne now out of the mix. Question is, who are they going to ban first for our defenders for Force in that first half? That will be Echo. TransacT eSports getting out with the Echo ban, which I don't know. I don't know if I would have done that, because Force wasn't really able to utilize the Echo too well. The only team that was able to utilize the Echo really was TransacT. Getting the Echo out of the mix means like not the hardest defense operator will be out for both sides for TransacT even, but they were the only team to really utilize Echo too well, and he's now out of the mix. Mira, the second operator ban, of course, for the defenders. So now we will go to Watchtower for Force. A Watchtower defense is something you really never see too often. Still, Rift is doing that, and with that, TransacT will pick the Doka AB, Twitch, Ash, Thermite, IQ, still 6 pick on MGK, Smoke, Bandit, Maestro, Jäger, and Legion going in for Force. I really hope for them that they have any plan on how to attack or defend on rear stage. Actually, Doka AB coming in for MGK, Castle going in for Dresk. They need to have a really good plan to start defending on rear stage, because if not, I don't know. By the way, in the like rear stage and Watchtower description of this side, bomb spot A is declared as first floor and bomb spot B as third floor, and it's clearly noted on the side that this is the first floor and this is the second floor. I don't like this. I mean, I'm really strict when it comes to stuff like this, but don't tell me because there's this little lip that this is classified as.
5 seconds remaining.
It's probably this, isn't it? And I hate this. Okay. Lifted now, going upstairs. No, it's see, it's second floor, down in the right corner. Second floor, Watchtower. But okay, should probably not be salty about that too much, seeing that it's only a game, and I'm still here to cast this game. MGK apparently now starting this off with ping problems, so Dresk probably not having any of those anymore, seeing that it's now MGK. Let's look at the defense for Force. They bring out 3 players in meeting, bring out mods up here in attic, and they have 1 player downstairs, I'm pretty sure. It's Prix who's now down to the workshop. Payne already trying to get his way inside. So what they are trying to do is use Prix and mods to roam around, probably also mods to roam around, and find their enemy players and those kills. Scully, also mods now trying to at least hold up Scully from getting into the attic. Payne finding the first kill against Dresk, and now they need Payne to actually get through, and that shouldn't be able, because all they have is Payne on the Twitch, and you can't really get a Twitch drone up there in the attic. Matt McLaren finding the next kill against Prix, and now, oh my god, that's a ban wave, and now it's all down to Force in a 3v5. I'm just trying to remember if I've been toxic any time in the last few days, because I don't think so. But it would be really funny to see a caster getting banned for toxic behavior on stream. But I'm really happy that that isn't me. Still, 2 kills going in for TransacT, bringing this all down to a 3v5. MGK smoking in. He's right there with his drone. Scully finding the kill against Matt McLaren. Actually giving the first kill to Force eSports, which isn't something you really want to do because right now you still at least have the lead on them. But you can easily lose that if Mords is finding the kill against Rubber. Scully at least finding the refrag, but this is now a 2v3. Still a one-player lead, and that one-player lead can easily be taken down. Payne at least getting M-Tricks done, and now it's all down to Rifted. Rifted now in a 1v3, at least trying to get rid of that logic bomb. He's hurt now. Or he's been hurt. He's not hurt because he's still on full health. But the diffuser already planted by the attackers. Rifted now in a 1v3 situation. He somehow needs to get around, find all 3 kills in a matter of like half a minute, and get the diffuser diffused. Rifted trying to at least find a way inside of the site. And if he's there, he probably will be attacked from 2 sides, because there's one player right on the side, that's Scully. Scully taken care of. There's still MGK outside, MGK coming from his side, finding the kill against Rifted, bringing this all down to a 1-0. TransacT finding the first round, getting the early lead on, and trying to not lose this lead immediately like they did the last time. I mean, they brought it back immediately after losing the lead, but they want to keep it steadily to not have too much pressure on their side and to give the pressure to Force. Because if you need to play under pressure, you're not playing too good. And right now, Force is definitely always playing under pressure, seeing that they need to win a... well, they've lost already the first map and they don't want to lose the second one. Coastline now going into TransacT's favor. Oregon at least their early lead in the game. Force now playing against again Watchtower. Didn't really work the last time. They still have 3 players on the enemy team. Still they are trying to do this again. Smoke Bandit, Maestro, Jäger, Castle. Exact same loadout. At least a Sledge going in for Rubber. No 6-pick. So that Sledge will actually stay with us till the end, or till Rubber dies. Meaning they bring out 3 breaches, 2 soft, 1 hard, 1 melee soft breacher. I'm going to call that melee soft breacher. Melee soft breacher. And 1 anti-utility, 1 disruptor. Thing is, like I've said before, I'm not a fan of the Twitch anti-utility, because Thatcher is available, isn't he? Let me just quickly check that, but I'm pretty sure they didn't ban Thatcher. I did never specify the second defender ban, which was the Echo. I always talked about the ban, but never specified that. No, Thatcher is still available. I don't know why they aren't playing Thatcher. Payne is really sticking with that Twitch. They saw what happened last time. Like, they had Mords up here using his batteries. There's no way you're getting through those batteries if you don't have a Thatcher. Because there's also no way a Twitch can get up there. Well, there's one way, if Twitch can get through that hole. But try and get a drone through that hole. If you're getting through that hole, you already got control of the site. So you don't really need to use your exothermic charges again. I'm really not a fan of Twitch at all, if you still have a Thatcher available. Well, only thing he could try and do is actually throw his drone through the window. But the thing is, even if he's successful in that, there's still a player trying to get through him. Now I'm interested to see if Payne is able to get behind Mords to try and get those batteries. Because he's got one option to prove me wrong, and that is coming from behind. Mords still setting up, Payne right behind him. Well, and seeing those batteries at least taking out 1. Mords knowing there's a Twitch drone around the corner. That Twitch drone will stay alive, but is now in front of Dresk. It's now out of the game. And that is exactly what I mean. Your Twitch drone will probably be taken out. Now it's all on to Mords. How good can he bandit trick? Answer is way too late. He won't find that thermite charge. Which, at that point, I wouldn't say is luck with the, well, it's well played by Payne actually, trying to get around, yeah. really proved me wrong at that point, because I really thought that at least someone was able to get through the Twitch drone. But Mod's not able to bend a trick good enough, so they are going to be able to open up that first wall. Rifted at least finding the kill against Matt McLaren, but 2 kills already going on to TransacT side. Still, I'd be more comfortable with playing a Thatcher if I was playing as MGK and TransacT in general right now. I don't know why I think the team is called MGK. Still, diffuser planted. Mods, TransacT and Rifted still need to go still need to be on their way. Diffuser up on the watchtower. Many players actually rappelled up there. Still someone completely upstairs. Rubber finding 2 kills from outside, finding the 3rd one onto Mods. And I really hope they're going to see all those 3 kills, because those were just amazing. Finding 1, 2, and the 3rd one going with his SMG. And like that, TransacT will bring this to the 2-0. I'm not going to be angry about any Twitch drones anymore, Pain. I'm really sorry. You showed me how to play Twitch well. Still, it's a huge risk. It's really a huge risk to do that. But I mean, if the risk pays off, sure, do it. If you had a Thatcher, you just throw an 8 and took out like 2 batteries at once. But sure, take a Twitch drone. So, Dorms now going up for 4th. They played Watchtower twice now. Didn't work twice. Don't know why teams are trying to play Watchtower. I really didn't think that there was too much of a strategy I haven't seen before going on. So, like, it's just a bad decision, really.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
It's not like you can't really get through there too well while defending, because there's just too many options to attack. You can go in from completely upstairs, can go in from here, can go in from here, or even from the basement, which directly leads into the watchtower, or go in from the attic and meeting hall, which is I'm not going to count how many options that is to get onto those sides, but it's many options. You're not going to be able to hold those options off. Playing this in kids, in dorms, you've got 1, 2, 3 windows. One actually immediately there, but while holding off that window, you're also holding off that hallway. You've got that wall, which you can easily defend, and you've got that entrance right here. It's all on one height, and it's all defendable. Those 2 windows are defendable by looking at one corner. That window is defendable and really noisy while going through all those windows. That is defendable. Watchtower, not so much. Biggs now playing the Ela. Payne with his Twitch drone. It's now got a better option to try and get the batteries on the other side gone. The question is if he can do this. Scully trying to drone in. Question if this Briggs is ever going to try and get out. Briggs now on half of his health, actually being able to get out there. Rubber immediately jumping into the shower, still on 3/4 of his health. Briggs getting way more damage onto his own body. And is now just waiting in the pantry for Rubber to come around. Rifted as Maestro. That was a shot I don't think I can show. Briggs finding the kill against Scully. And like that, the hard breacher, the only hard breacher for TransacT and even available in the game, is completely gone. They've got one wall they definitely won't bring down. Payne at least getting a refrag against Trix. Dresk leaving the game. This is now a 3v4. And at that point, that is something you really don't want to deal with, because Dresk was still alive. Matt McLaren finding the kill against Rifted, Payne finding the kill against Briggs, and now it's all down to Mods. Mods now in a 1v4. Just staying alive till now. Trying to find his way around, trying to find 1 kill. At least finding MGK. He's slowly trying to pitch off. Dresk returning, Matt McLaren at least finding Mods, and like this we are in a 3-0 situation. TransacT finding their way through this first half. Alan Force not looking all too good. Especially with Dresk leaving the game here and then due to his ping problems, which apparently didn't really better after that first disconnect or rehost. Which really is a pity. Really. 3-0 right now. Force playing a dog, mute, Maestro, Jäger, Legion. I could really... I would suspect that this dog will probably get changed. But maybe he will even stay. Lion, Twitch, Ying, Thermite, and Doka AB coming out for TransacT. We're going down to the basement laundry supply. That dog actually will stay. And, well, like that, trying to defend laundry supply. Maud's actually on the mute. And you know what he's going to do to TransacT on mute. You just know he's going to plant his first mute jammer right here on the desk to try and hold everyone off of that hatch. Is that still work? I'm pretty sure that never got patched out. Like, it's not really a bug. It's more like balancing or something. I'm pretty sure that never got patched out. But you can also, like, maybe I've missed one line in patch notes. Well, making the radius of those jammers smaller. Could also been happening. Maybe I've missed that one line. He's definitely not placing that mute jammer on there, apparently, because, well, he's still upstairs trying to at least reinforce those last two hatches. So, would expect Armtrix to maybe try and charge outside, but no, he's still staying upstairs, still staying alive. Maud's downstairs. Still has 3 signal disruptors. He's still setting up, so it's still hope. Rifted staying here behind on the B side. They've got Pricks in blue rim trying to get around. And Maud's now finally setting up his last mute jammer right here in the corner. So, 3 players, 4 players down below, and only Elmtrix on a dog upstairs trying to hold everyone off their back. Pricks also slowly getting upstairs, especially going to meeting hall, trying to find if you can maybe see an enemy player from right here. Elmtrix still staying alive above him, still trying to hold off. Pricks right now just waiting on anyone to push around Pain, hoping he can find anyone on the staircase, maybe even find the utility of his enemy team. Won't be happening right now. MGK a little bit loud on the Lion, but now just going in. We'll at least see one bulletproof camera. We'll at least find one ADS. One flashbang going in. Will not do too much as far as I know. E1D coming around the corner. He's directly aiming onto Mords. At least getting some damage done. Mords now to, well, 3/4 of his health, lying on the ground, will be taken out by MGK with one subsequent shot. Pain getting the kill against Amtrix. Rifted staying alive on his evil eye right now. Hoping he can maybe get some damage done with it. Rest getting shot by Pain's shock drone. Pricks also downstairs. Rifted now on 10 HP. Someone needs to take him out, needs to bring him to the ground to at least get him up to 50 HP again, which probably won't happen anytime soon. So Rifted really in trouble. Pricks trying to stay alive throughout the whole thing, trying to get upstairs, will be actually faced by MGK, who's waiting on him to push through. Matt McLaren finding the kill against Dresk through the wall with an E1D going out. MGK finding Pricks, and now it's out onto Rifted. Rifted in a 1v5, at least getting the kill against Rubber, but taken out by Pain. In the meantime, 4-0 now for TransacT, who are hugely winning this. A 4-round lead, which could only be brought down to a 3-round lead in the end. And it's still a 3-round lead is huge. But if TransacT bring this to the 5-0 right here, I don't know what Force is going to do, because they have one half. They need to play flawlessly to at least get to an overtime. A complete half flawlessly to get to an overtime. And a contested side, so we're going to see what that decision was in just 1 second. Bandit, Mute, Maestro, Ela, Doc. Contested side is interesting for TransacT because they don't know on what they have to prepare for at all. Force knows that they at least have a chance to get on two sides.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Hopefully they didn't word on no side. Going downstairs to the basement again. Really interesting that it doesn't show which side they are going to get in the reveal phase. Because, like, you could at least show it, at least to the caster, I mean. Like spectating, showing a side, it isn't that hard. So, going to defend with the Maestro, with a Bandit, with
10
Ela,
seconds to go.
with Mute and Dog on the defender side for the
5
attackers.
seconds remaining.
We are bringing out the Lion, the Twitch, the Blitz,
Attackers recovered the bomb
Thermite,
diffuser.
and
Attackers must
the
locate and
Sledge.
defuse a bomb.
Question is, how good are they going to be able to defend this? Tricks, maybe even trying to get out there, trying to get a kill onto anyone. Jumping out,
Approaching a kill zone.
seeing no one and immediately getting back inside, not risking too much, still staying alive for the rest of his team. We'll help them. He's got 3 shock wires actually, he's not set up too much, which I'm concerned about for Force, because why leave those shock wires? Tricks coming around the corner will not be close enough for Tricks to do any damage. But you can maybe hear him around the corner. Well, actually, just noticed Ela and Bandit are definitely on the same team. Don't know why I didn't pay attention to that. MGK, as the line, is definitely on the other team, trying to get in from the main entrance towards school. And Dresk leaving the game, which isn't optimal. Because rounds already started, you can't rehost, and you're now in a 4v5. Like I said, you're basically always in a 4v5, which you don't really want to be. MGK trying to maybe be lucky to take out that Evil Eye. Dresk back again, Tricks and Pricks both getting 1 kill immediately at the same time, bringing this all down to a 3v4 now. Matt McLaren still up in the attic, at least jumping down, Scully trying to hold everything off their back. Won't see anyone right now. Rubber getting some damage done by an Evil Eye towards him. Somewhat loud, but knows there's one player right here in the showers. That player will not be seen by him now. Matt McLaren, at least again against Pricks, will be down to a 1/4 of his health. Pricks at least to half of his health. Tricks taking out Rubber is down to half of his health. And this is now a 2v4. Tricks still alive, Pricks still alive. Rifted with his own camera, trying to see if maybe anyone will go through the lobby. Scully and Matt McLaren, the last 2 players alive for TransacT. Are they going to be able to clutch this against a 2v4? Make it a 1v4. Matt McLaren on 25 HP. Has to try and somehow get around 4 players. 1c4 already thrown. Matt McLaren being out of the round for now. So 1-4 for Force eSports to at least get 1 round in the first half. Still a 3-round lead right here for TransacT. Dresk already returned. Left this second map twice already due to ping problems, and the first map once with 1 rehost on Coastline. Don't really think it's going to be get any better for him. Don't know. So, Storms, now the defense for TransacT. Smoke, Valkyrie, Mute, Jäger, Bandit. On the defender's side, Ash, Thatcher, Thermite, Capital, line for Force. Capital is mostly an operator you want to play for that basement defense laundry supply. You sometimes see him for Kids Dorm's main hall, but I'm pretty sure you see him mostly on supply and laundry. Not right now. Briggs at least trying to make some use with that Capital 6-pick on Tricks to the IQ. So it's definitely not going to be switched off. I don't know if I've talked about the Valkyrie on the defender side of Matt McLaren. I'm pretty sure I didn't. But there's definitely a Valkyrie going on right there. Matt McLaren now trying to set up. So what you normally see on Storm's main ult, which you haven't seen on Force's side, is that you try to blow open the floor right here to see if there's maybe anyone coming from behind toward this staircase right there. Payne is apparently at least opening the door towards the kitchen.
10 seconds to go.
So I'm guessing he's also opening the floor towards, like I said, the staircase. You haven't really seen that on Force's side, which...
Have recovered their diffusers.
Then if they, I wouldn't say they've lost it because they didn't open the floor, but like it's a thing about vision. If you've got the vision, you know you maybe can even get a kill against the enemies. Matt McLaren now laying down with his camera, seeing some players going out there trying to get the kill against Priggs, and that's a huge risk because Priggs just taking 25 HP of damage. And McLaren completely misjudging everything, and it's, of course, aggressive plays that can win a round, but aggressive plays that are a huge risk for you to lose a round. Don't know how, but Priggs only taking 25 HP is a huge thorn in the eye for TransacT, who are not only going into a 4v5, but not even have, but they don't even have a player on the enemy team down to, let's say, 5 HP. You can be taken out with one shot. Yes, of course, if you get a headshot against Priggs, that's something, but it's one shot, but other than that, you're trying to at least get a headshot. MGK also down on some HP. Rubber being seen by Priggs, tried to sneak around the corner. Priggs lucky enough to see him through a vent. Payne getting the kill against Dresk. Bring this at least to a 4v4. MGK down to 15 HP. Rubber just waiting if he's maybe pushed by anyone soon. Standing in the bathroom, just seeing if maybe someone's coming around through the window. There was definitely Tricks around there somewhere, but he's now up on the roof. That Claymore's not going to do anything up there, I hope you know that. MGK now on the cameras. TransacT still trying to hold off Priggs. Still trying to somehow find a way inside. Morse already on his way inside, has got Rifted together with him. Rifted on the thermite. They've already opened up a hole in the wall. But that hole they are trying to get in. Rubber and Scully finding one kill each, and now it's all down to Rifted and Armtrix. Rifted already on his way inside, is in Mars's bedroom trying to find a way around Scully and the rest of the team on side of the side. Armtrix at least taking care of the Scully problem. 2v3, just one player more for TransacT, and Rifted coming from behind, knowing there's two players around, trying to find those, but MGK hearing there's Rifted on the other side, finding that last kill and bringing it all down to Armtrix in a 1v3. If he can't win this, we will see TransacT on not only a map point, but also a match point for this whole best of 2. Armtrix dropping down, taking the diffuser with him, but in a 1v3, we'll probably not be able to do too much, except Payne is jumping down. Again, risky maneuvers, completely misjudging everything, and bringing some more risk to it. Payne being taken out, and now it's all down to Armtrix with 15 HP. He doesn't have enough time, and like that, the defenders will win round 6, bring it all down to a 1-5. And, well, 1-5 means TransacT in a good position to win this right here. Force needs to try and win 4 rounds in a row. If they can't do this, if they can't win those 4 rounds, really bad looking, isn't it? They need to play flawlessly for the rest of this half, basically. It's not the easiest to do. Really not the easiest. Even if they can bring themselves to the 5-5, which kind of sounds like, even if they can bring themselves to the 5-5, they still need to get around the overtime. Which, with TransacT winning more rounds as the attacking team, even if they can get to the overtime right there, because they are bringing out one good defense. It's really a coin toss who's starting as attacking and who's playing starting as the defending team. Map was not looking too good. Rifted on the Thermite, they bring up the Ash, Twitch, Thatcher and Lion again. So they at least, thinking of Thatcher, they've got two breachers, one hard, one soft. They've got two anti-utility, in my opinion, one good, one not so good anti-utility, and they've got the Disruptor. On the other side, they've got one roamer, one really hard roamer on MGK. You could also try and give some information about the enemy team as Caveira with his, well, Lucian and Louisian, sorry, and, well, the interrogation after that. They also try and roam around on Rubber and Resk, trying to find the first kill. Armtrake's getting the first against Matt McLaren, so Armtrake won't be able to do that till ever in this round. It's at least starting them off pretty well. Prigs finding the kill against Matt McLaren, and they are immediately rushing in. Rubber at least finding one kill is already downstairs. Scully finding a second one against Prigs, and this is now a 3v3. Matt McLaren coming from behind, 2v2, being at least taken out by Rifted, but this is now a 2v2, like I said. It started off pretty well for Rifted. Like I said, it's still possible. I haven't missed anything. Actually, Payne setting up his mute gem out there. Rifted is not able to get through that. I was worried I missed any update, but no, I didn't. Scully taking out at least one kill against, I think Prix was it? Yes, with his shotgun, bringing this all to a 1v5. And in a 2v2 situation for Rifted and Mars, they need to win this to at least get to an overtime. A EMP nade thrown will at least take care of the new gemmer down below. Rifted trying to come from the staircase, throwing his drone out at least. Will at least find Scully. Scully is now running away, trying to defend against Rifted. Rifted coming from behind. I don't know what Scully expected, but what he got was certain death. 1v2. Rubber, if he can do this, winning TransacT's second map, bringing this all to a 2-0 and winning the best of 2 completely. Diffuser already being planted. Morse from upstairs will find that last kill and bring this all down to a 5-2. Like I said, I don't know what Rubber expected. I mean, he was spotted by that drone, but what I would have done is the risky thing: rush up the stairs, pre-firing your enemy, which I mean is really the only thing you can hope for, that your enemy is right there. The way he did it, he was spotted running away, and he was out in the open and not even looking up the stairs. He was thinking that maybe someone would come from the hatch, of course. But with his positioning right there, he had to look both ways to get the hatch and the staircase. If he moved up the staircase, he might have gone lucky with one player not coming up the staircase. If he pre-fired that and there was a player coming, which indeed he was, he would have at least maybe gotten that kill. But the way he did that, he was in line of sight for two sides of or two spots of attacking, and well, not in a good position was he. And completely looking the wrong way for his last defender attacker, who will then at least take him out. What he also could have done is completely run away towards well, this back hole for Matt McLaren right here. Oh yeah, laundry. It's called right there. Laundry storage. Which, I mean, he knew the hatch was open, so there was really no right way to play this. But I really think that he misplayed it by going up there in the corner, because by that he was able to be attacked from two sides and he needed to pay attention to both of those. So a huge misplay that brought I don't know who, Payne in a 1v2, which he wasn't able to win. Briggs now trying to attack with the Twitch. They bring out on TransacT sides the alibi, actually. Haven't seen an alibi before. E1D number 1 coming out, and Payne immediately getting the first kill against Elmtrix. Briggs at least with his drone around the corner. Payne getting care of that. I'm pretty sure that the LMG on Maestro, that's an LMG, isn't it, is way too accurate on hipfire. Like, compared to like an LMG in Call of Duty or, I don't know, anywhere else. where hip firing on an LMG isn't really good. Payne just easily hip firing, hitting the first or third shot against a small target like a drone. I mean, yes, he wasn't too far away and he was crouching. Yes, he's got something, at least on the right dot on his weapon, but it's really accurate for an LMG. Rubber getting the next kill done against Dresk. Rifted still outside. Pricks on his way inside. It's a 2v5, and if they can't win this, it's over. TransacT winning that next round and bring this all to a 2-0. So now question to Pricks and Rifted. Are you going to be able to do it? They've got a Claymore that won't probably help them too much. Pricks trying to go on his way upstairs. If at least hearing that there's some player upstairs, Pricks hoping that he can maybe find a kill up towards Watchtower, where actually the diffuser is lying. MGK finding the kill against Rifted, and now it's all down to Pricks. Pricks in a 1v5. He needs to get the ace to be able to at least get to an overtime. So not only do they need to bring out 4 rounds in a row, the second round of those 4 rounds needs to be an ace for Pricks, which at this point, winning for them will be more impossible each time. And now Pricks' position also known, shooting 1 alibi Prisma. Now there's players coming from multiple sides, taking out Matt McLaren at least 1v4, down 25 HPs, finding Rubber, and I think he should be getting attacked from behind right now. Yes, I think NGK just waiting there, hoping that he can find the last kill. Will find the headshot against Pricks and bring this all down to the, what's it, 2-6, which actually was our score on the first map. So TransacT holding up against Force eSports, holding up pretty well. 6 kills on Pricks, 9 kills on Payne, 7 on MGK, and also 7 on Rubber.